Let me get something with some feel to it, some funk to it. Come on. I think I like that. Can we get some heavy drums in there? More like Caribbean soul, Caribbean. Yeah. Yes, bounce to this. I'm just a black man, title, yo, you give me that. I like them imports, never push the Cadillac. And would you figure, Mr. Man, while you're kicking back with sick plans to get you stacked, making chickens fat? You know you into that, chillin' with your timber cat. Intoxicated to the point, past sinful acts. Be very nimble, jackal, till we'll get a water back. And have your heart broke just like a heart attack. Look where your power at, no, not the idle cats. It's deeper than taps and hurricanes and old maps. The spirit flows, so my folks throw daps. Meant for the wise as well as the spoiled rats. So you can fold up or either you can fold back. I hold no judgment over those that have chose crack. Terror over habit that has been proven to hold back. With God on your side, you can get your soul back. Yeah. We need some 3 parts on this, man. I can't carry my boys at chorus. Come on, line up. Yo, I need y'all 3-part harmony on this. I don't know how you gonna work it out, but work it out. Hope you can see by the end of the night how deep this music is. What does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? Hope you can see by the end of the night how deep this music is. What does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? Into the room, you feel a certain doom. You might lose your hearing from the sonic boom. Out of the mouth is a sword and I'm taking you out. You try to stop me and I'm faking you out. Man, I wish I had an apprentice to build this work. Collaborate on synthesis. And I hope you remember this. Keep your enemy near to you. Far away, keep those that are dear to you. I hate beer, but I used to drink the brew. Heavily into the little habit turned deadly. I used to have a bud every day and all week. Intoxicated to the point where I couldn't hardly speak. So through the knowledge, that means hold your head. Let the past stay dead and keep a level head. And don't be misled. Remember most of what I said. I'm hot like times in the rock, but you got us hot from working on the block. By the end of the night, how deep this music is. What does it profit the man to gain the world and lose his soul? Hope you can see by the end of the night how deep this music is. What does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? Mike's handed, I'm speaking candid. Understand this is the way that the masses demand it. I have wisdom, but God planned it. General media planned it. I blow flows on beaches and make you wonder where the sand went. The Taliban spent more time in design to destroy cities. My rhymes inspire minds. I'm known as Big Papa, but I ain't your daddy yet. But I could be your bro if you could get the concept. There'd be many that stand whenever I rip, but it's devastation whenever I rip. I spit flows that hit like mouth on tits, straight legit. You fake rappers need to understand that felonies, gunfights and drugs don't make a true MC. And I will do more than talk this talk. I will defiantly walk this walk. There's no need to spaz. Your nose bleeding while I'm beating your ass. You in the cesspool. Hope you can see by the end of the night how deep this music is. What does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? Hope you can see by the end of the night how deep this music is. What does it profit? Ancient Chinese secret now. Yes. Did you not pay attention in your history class, partner? Wake up. Yes, sir. Partner. Wake up. Yes, sir. Partner. Wake up, son. It is written that there's nothing new under the sun. Nothing new. And that the first shall be last, and the last shall be first. So take your position. Don't you know you are part of that scripture, yo? Yo, you've been getting in the way and what you knock you down. Yes, but we gon' bring the light, yeah. A Max B production, baby. You know what it is. Listen, I'm known to tell you to fight back. There's no need to sell crack just to live fat. Why don't black superstars simply give back when they know it's a struggle just to live black? Can you picture that, Mr. Aristocrat? I'm coming from the bottom, rising to the top, and conscious is the tone on the CDs I drop. I won't flip-flop like a black bass, but I will put a message in the song before I hook your ass. See, we first-class living, worse than slaves of the earlier days, and we adapted the ways of the slave master. I stand upon it, the very rock which put your people in bondage just to get 100. The big face kind, and it don't matter if it's making people lose their freaking mind. That's why I'm speaking mine, hopefully to change yours, to pull you out of these streets from these drugs and strange whores. Huh. Is anybody there? Is there love out there? Is anybody there? Is there love out there? It's like we died inside, no longer having pride. We're still for rides, a new skill to hide. And like the red tide, go and get our heads dyed. Rebel against the laws in the cities we reside. Sleep the circumstance, though our eyes open wide. Fail to coexist, let alone coincide. Eat chicken many ways, but prefer it fried. Like your man on death row when his relatives cried. It's death a mistake because somebody lied. And we can only pray that Christ is by his side. Convicted on the statement implied with no proof. Now will the warden cry that he killed another youth? I truly doubt it, that's why we stay in the booth. Just cause it ain't enough, we should demand and show proof. And if they overlook our voices, then we raise the roof. Which one of y'all do? Is anybody there? Is there love out there? Is anybody there? Is there love out there? You treat your people like seeing that I feel like I'm a slave, maybe slave. Yo, man, you made a serious mistake, slave. With how you handle me, homie. Slave to the system. Yeah, sound like a winner right there. Come on, come on. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. Hold up a minute, fam, let me ask you this. Did your last promotion offer you an ass to kiss? Hashtag for this. I know a better way and many honestly wonder why you bash the shit. Your heart's got to be right to make it from here. For animosity and hate, you can place it here. No time for pity, we partying all the way. No time to be the victim, we got a call to take. Keep it square and watch God fall the fake. A linebacker reads well before they call the play. Hoping you always say, hoping we always pray. Invest a little bit of time in the call the day. Forget the ball and play. We got stakes in Israel with much more beef than the Shaw can say. Now that's the scholar's way. No lust for the cause of throwbacks. In fact, give them all away. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. Inside my circles are deep bows and little Urkels, and need no brown types with no remorse if they hurt you. Many out to take you, plotting schemes for your paycheck. And no, I'm not a snitch just because I come and say that. Look, dude, I don't play that. When my boy G-Lo was killed, you know you saw me on the news. If you choose to look way back, so stay back. I'm militant like Osama, intelligent like Obama, and you can ask your mama. No need to wonder. I'm like the 10th one under the commission of the author of life. When I was younger, I would do what a thug would tend to do. And if you got the last lick, quickly remember you. Our lives change, but still things remain the same. Slave masters got these brothers' brains and chains. Yo, I'm feeling your pain. Down and out in life, saying your prayers, but not seeing the change. We in the sin age. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not be with, I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. Although I may not not be with. I wanna see my folk free. A slave to the system, then I broke free. So I may not be with. I wanna see my folk free.
Stove. Here, Bubba. Here, this is aju tuna. All right. Almost ready. Just gonna get tuna, okay? And you like me, man? I don't like chicken no more, man. Chicken tastes like fake or something. I don't know. I just want fish. Okay, we'll go out when I'm done. I'll put on my swimsuit and stuff, and we'll go outside in the back. All right, soak up some sun. Can't take you for a walk because you don't know how to. Here you go, Papa. There you go. Is that good? I had to blow my nose too.
You can take my advice and dismiss the current hit list.
Here, fix my nose.
From facades and illusions, causing grief and confusion. God knows
you
need a new son. Here I am, here Lord, you can use me. Please don't let the industry abuse me and let the anointing choose me. And the sheep that's walking to sleep but rise that's groovy. I'm taking strong stands and they can't move me. I'm armed with the verbal Uzi. I'm on my good foot and watching my step quiet as kept. If you gamble, place your bets, but God is with me. And there's no way to win playing the odds against me. Most of these cats have money, but their soul is empty. And their guilty is the one who stole Christian Kented. 1 million man gathered won't change a thing. If we own the truth, the hate, the slang, or gang bang, we will never see a change. Are you tired of this rap music? Are you tired of this rap music? And then poor jack music. Yes. Yes, you rap the next music. It's much more than rap music. Hey yo, I know you are. Be real with me. Hold on for the second verse. Can you hear me now? Look, it should be crystal clear. Can you hear me now? It's like I'm right in your head.
You ain't lift your head up, did you?
I have a real important
question. You just tearing it up, huh? In my way, I'm gonna step on your head.
Blackberry kept close as I hustle and slay those tracks on both coasts. They go from Mexico. They all know.
Why can't you just slide your foot over that way like you usually do?
Perceive this dirty, although I'm clean as a whistle.
Oh, this thing's uneven, okay.
Your heart like misses, and when I hit the mark,
funny, bro.
You out in the dark. Whether you're straight as an arrow or you're prone to spark. How could you think things for us won't ever get right when they only seen us in a negative light? Just to change things, I'm using all of my might, but yet we argue and fight throughout the day and night. If you're a crackhead, show me who you're basing with. See, I can actually throw fiction in relationship. Maybe it's the person that you're dealing with, causing you to spill off into the illness fit. This time around, it's a change of plans. This time around.
Hey. Just gonna let it play for a little. Oh, we got one person in here? Let me hit this up. This is ridiculous. They pushing hard.
But he's not. If he's obviously breaking God's laws, ain't no man perfect. We all have flaws, but there's a few words of wisdom for all of y'all. Are you tired of this rap music? Are you tired of this rap music? The damn poor jack music, unless you rap the next music, it's much more than rap music. Are you tired of this rap music? Are you tired of this whack music? Cause rap poor jack music, I suggest you rap the next music, it's much more than rap music.
Oh, he good now. I'm gonna vacuum all that right there because I can't believe you. How you get your cardboard box all over here? Don't look at me all big eyed trying to hide. Alexander's a mess, y'all. I know he got some of my stubbornness, but doggone, man. Let me shut this down, man. Some beautiful music. My beloved brother Max V. Entrer, asseyez-vous. Entrer. 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 Entrez-vous. I forgot. I put the word there and I actually spelled it half right. See, this is what happens when you're doing. And look, I had to pull over last night, y'all. I was like tired to the mofo, but I didn't go to sleep. I just got my wind. I was like, I didn't drink anything, so you know, man, I just had beer. No. I mean, if I drink beer, ganja and tea, well, ganja and West, I could tell you that it would have to be from the brewery, and it would have to be the Hopi, you know, made out of a cactus fruit. But Entrez et asseyez-vous, I believe is. It says it's the sounds, y'all. I'm so stuck working on sounds. It means come and have a seat anyway. Entrez-vous, entrez-vous, entrez et asseyez-vous. I think that's it. Anyway, we'll look it up some other time. All right, let me get this music off. There's a lot of stuff, and I appreciate Baby Girl Slaughter, but Curimio did a whole thing on Juneteenth. My family has a participation in that. It wasn't a holiday. It was celebratory. It was a one-time thing. Who turns it into a yearly? Go figure. You should know who got it all on the wrong date as now. Like the 19th is not the day. You know, it's just like Christ's birthday and everything else. And the magnificent thing is that people are waking up to all this. But it seems like you have a lot of pale skins. We had a troll actually comment on one of my posts, and I thought it was funny. And I don't know. I'm gonna make a post with it so we can laugh at the idiot agent or whatever. It doesn't matter. But I wanted to get into because y'all know I'm part German. Very minute, but it's still there. And they were Negro. They were melanated Germans. They weren't from Africa. That whole Africa samurai in Japan. Actually, that was one of the original combatants, warriors, soldiers of Tartary in Japan. You know how they have to do it. They got to take the history and spin it up on his head like they do everywhere else. When you go and pull up any history in the books on the Comanche people, they were darker than half the people in Africa. I mean, seriously, you are dealing with, and you don't have to. We don't have to give them no sway. Okay, we're dealing with a very not introverted, not ADHD or any of that. We're dealing with a group of individuals who are dead on the inside. You know what it's like to live a lie and then think that you're living a truth? Well, anything that comes along that's based on truth, even if they're part of it, they'll deny it because the illusion is so strong. Those are our people who live a lie for a very short time, but so long. That cannot sustain itself. You know, they say in Germany, and I'm well versed on real German history by the narrative of what they call or consider German. As you know, there's another name for the land, but I'm not here to get into that. We'll let other people go and research that history. There were melanated people fighting all through the war. It wasn't just the Arabic, black tribe or whatever, and even that's misnomer, that black stuff. You know, I'm so tired of this Freud, all this fake history created by the very bastards who are still digging in the dirt, and even though they got weapons, wanting to change people and control the narrative because they're perversions. All right. There were many leagues. Nepal, Hindustan, Japan, many. And all this racist, you know who created the narrative? The very dumb racists themselves, the one that call themselves Jews. The new identity that is not who we are. We are not Jews. In no way, shape, form, or fashion. They're very wicked people. You hear me? Very, very wicked. And that's why there's many there who actually have morals and have a light in them who are telling the truth. Well, we're going to read that today. Not right now. I was just pulling some books. So I'm going to make sure I got everything together for later on when I come on and read. I was asked to pick somebody up. These guys, when they drink and then they fight and then they sober up and get their wits about him. He's a vet, so he's Navajo. He's half Navajo and light skin. All right, regardless of whatever that may be. But anyway. So he hit me up and I was like, I'll come. I got you, bro. I'll be there. And I had to stop by Gunfighter Canyon. I had to see Shan. Anyway, I had to see somebody over there, and then after that, then I had to pick him up, which is in itself, because I had to go all the way over to Tuba. Then I had to go all the way to Red Lake. We're talking about 2, 3. Then I had to go all the way back around through the Gap, another about 2 hours, 2.5 to almost 3 hours back to Copper Mine, which is when you're coming back over here. And anybody that's traveled this way, they know exactly what I'm talking about. I had to go out there, which was another 35-minute ride. It's got a little pavement, but then it gets dirt roads, and it goes, and there's hogans and little houses. Look, I had to go back over there, pick up somebody's children. Whoo, child, you would think it's the weekend, and bring them all the way back over here to them. And they was wanting to blend. The babies, my boy. That's I didn't ask y'all. That was an agreement. We didn't make a deal, or and that's about the sum of that. And I came in this mug and had me a glass of wine and woke up with it still looking at me, and I was out like a light. And then I talked with Navi Poet for a little bit. She has some pretty good ones. If you haven't subscribed to her channel, if you haven't subscribed to a lot of Bernice, Baby Girl Slaughters, a number of individuals, Max V, everybody in here who's got a wrench, if you haven't subscribed to their channels, I don't know what you're doing. I don't think I would want to invite you to the camp, to what we're going to be building. I don't think I'd want you there. I don't care what you're going through. See, this is going to be a place, and I know Ganji, he gets it. He gets me in a way it's mental. It's a real way. When you have somebody who's capable, designing, understands blueprints, you can create your own. You don't have to go by the societies. We are cut from society, and when you realize that, you know this. But what we're capable of is unimaginable, and they don't want that. And who the hell cares what they want? That's like Charles Schwab and them monkeys thinking they supposed to have control over people. They really believe everybody here is stupid with this fake government that we're just going to play along. Yeah, okay. That's why they want to poison and everything else. You got to remember, they work by stats, subversion, and the hypocrisy and the stupidity of a lot of our pale-skinned brothers. And now it seems a lot of the melanated. Now, who is who? It doesn't matter. You'll know deep inside who you are when you stand. There are people afflicted with this world, and there are those who play a part in the game. When you read in the King James or whatever, those who conspire against, it's the Judeans. They conspire against the Judeans, and it's a great number. Your affliction means nothing. Okay. Oh, it's going to be sucked from you like the little thing you squeeze to pull boogies out of babies' noses, all right? And there's nothing they can do to stop it. They can keep running around, flying, people come to watch and look. I'm taking about 1,000 lives, you know nothing about that. All that don't mean nothing. When you know how to regenerate your energy, everything else might take time, because like we're far from perfect and we're not in a union. Now, I'm not saying that because we're dispersed in the mannerism we are, that we are not together, but you got the Moors messing it up for people. You have these sovereign citizens. If you call yourself a sovereign citizen, you belong to the corporation. You belong to DC. Now, sovereign, if you study that, if you want to use that narrative, I can't stand none of it, means you're native, you're born in the land. You're sovereign to the land that you're born in. That's all it means. You know, it's funny how you get these people who become these overnight esquires and attorneys and these actors, Punch and Judy type thing, that they really believe in the lie that they've self-afflicted themselves with. And it was always about making fiat. Any of y'all went to any of those med school, law school, it was always about fiat. It was not about morals. It was never about morals. Now but you do have the few who study to be equipped to be able to deal with the lies. I mean, look at Delete Laws right now. He's locked up because of a fake-ass fiduciary and a system of corrupt cops. Now, Delete Laws looks like pale skin, light skin. Well, he's Mexican. All right, regardless. But you know the origin of that bloodline. But it's not about hate of the so-called bloodline or whatever. It's just the reality of the situation, and that most people are tired of tolerating the stupidity and the BS. I mean, look at New York, California. Look at all the foreign people who are police officers that you just was crying about. One Mexican who is an illegal immigrant going to be given a gun and a badge? Like, y'all don't see what's going on because you're still listening to dumbass paleskins. No, a lot of y'all still are. And well, at least you're not listening to the right ones. All right, you still have a bunch of them who grow up in the fake history of the world and everything. I get tired of listening to these wonderful individuals spewing 1776 as if they have a clue when their biological line wasn't even here. But to speak on it based on a narrative that puts forth the Constitution and everything else, it's fine. But the problem is we infer is a false history, a false doctrine. The Constitution is of the Republic, and it was created by us to protect those things. But what do you think? The hostile, the takeover, the murdering of Lincoln, and then the whitewashing of history. Even Washington was a Negro. What do they call him? Kiramil used the word all the time. I've got a lot of books on Washington. I know I've been knowing about Washington. Hell, I lived on the street where he supposedly marched down where the mounds were, and everybody there who was of old time in his old 200 plus year old house I lived in knew that he was what do they call him? Of the so-called Moorish bloodline to here, and then the mixing and stuff. And the picture they paint you is just a fiction. It's fake. But you know, these light skins have a hard time letting go of their fictional world. Everything that they created has been destruction, even against their own, which is just on a regular basis. Those who were here with us, part of the World War history. It was not about love, hate. It wasn't about race or because that didn't exist. But you see all the ones from the cabbage, the orphans, you see their existence right now. They're the dumbest and ignorant. And yes, there were melanated people that were brought up in there and nurtured in the same ignorance. And that's the inaptitude that you have. When I was speaking with a Navajo brother, because he watched the video, I hope he's here. I hope he speaks up. You know, he's a good dude. He says, man, I ain't never know about the cat. Let's just get cat. I've been saying that before. The knuckle, I think they've been watching me. And so they had, they got to do cleanup, spunksters, right? But the Ket and Arab people who participated in Wild Bill's Wild Bill West show, you know who I'm talking about. That goofy, right? Who was a Shriner and a Mason. People are like, what do you mean? Dude, I had an uncle who was a 33rd. All right, so, and then y'all know Edinburgh, Scotland, and you know many other stories. My boy Bostic, who was like, don't join this red night. No, not for you, bro. They had insight. They knew. And I wasn't going to join it anyway. But the thing is, the things that I've learned, even a lot of these idiots running around dressed up, I'm beyond, they're stupid. I don't bite my tongue when it comes to them. And that's all the way around. You understand what I'm saying? Everything's been infiltrated. Even if it was meant for good, it's been infiltrated. All right? And the easy and the weak is turned up on their head, and those are the ones always put in power, in positions of power. But Germany had many melanated, half our bloodline fighting in that war and the Blitzkrieg and everything. They hide that. Who tells the story of Germany? The people who want you to believe they are the it, and they're not Judean, not even of the bloodline. All right, if that's what we're going to work with. The liars, the synagogue or Satan or Satan or whatever way you want to call it. All right. I already pointed to the fact that the lower chakra is a sin. You want to call it Satan, don't call it Lucifer, but it's the sin, right? And the garden of Eve is the woman, right? And so when you connect those, right, what do you have? You have Satan in the garden, right? What comes from that? What is that? Spoke life. They started to live and see things. See, most people don't get it because they took everything and flipped it. Now, I'm not saying there's not an entity that's dark, whatever. But to keep you far away from it, they have to give everybody that little tidbit and tadbit here and there, and they've done it systemically over a very short period of time. And the fact that war is the reason they're able to implement it. People don't know, sometimes, I can't say everything, but sometimes when I deep breathe in and I go, I'm saying something. Oh, I know things. I don't know everything. But I'm literally saying something. You can't hear it. Even the techno gizmo can't pick up what I'm saying. I wouldn't care if they had another 1,000 years But if you were sitting here and I did it and I explained to you, you would actually start hearing what I'm saying. What'd you hear? The so-called words are there. I can feel them. But you can't, because this is what you've been negated to. This is what you hear. La, 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 la. You think that's something. It's nothing but frequencies, right? Just like the lies of history to keep redirecting, to keep people angry and hostile. Every time I look at some 70, 80-year-old, 80, 90-year-old guy talking about World War II, I have to go outside and spit until I hear the ones who tell the truth. Then I'm like, they feel like they got to breathe. They got oxygen up their nose. You know, they got what you call melanoma, the skin cancer. And they're like, I made it to 98 years old and I have no more to hide this. I was told and I lived a wonderful life. Well, you're effing it for your children, maybe, unless you really establish yourself. But they could take that away at any time because they got everybody believing they got to have a loyal titles and all this other nonsense like the fake king and, you know, drive around the world and operate in a fashion of, you know, it's until you free yourself from the lies, you're going to accept everything you know. And I've got hundreds of pictures of so-called black soldiers on all different fronts fighting for Germany because they knew it was the right fight. It's the idiots, because we weren't even supposed to be involved in the war. It's the idiots who are making a war against us, murdering and lynching our people. Those idiots, who majority weren't even born here, who are just as dumb as rocks, and now their children are just as dumb as rocks, and the neighbors of the melanated people that grew up around them are just as dumb as rocks because they sleep or living with their wives, with their daughters. All right? Those are the people most of y'all sit there and you just listen to. Now, I'm not saying this is every bit of the answer. I am not saying this to pull it or negate a negative. That's just a reality. Hey, Alicia and Cooper, what's up? Delusions, what's up? I ain't Baby Girl Sauter. But this is the way it is. You see what I'm saying? Man, don't even go in chat, man. Maybe they're working or whatever. Don't even, if they come, they come. If they don't, oh, whatever. All right? The reality of the situation is you have a lot of people who still want to stroke their egos. And y'all know I'm not even about that, you know? I don't even know what that is. I destroyed a lot of lies a long time ago, and not too long ago. And I can't afford or allow myself to see things the way people see it. It means that's work. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very aware that people are subconsciously unconscious. When you look at Operation Paperclip, you look at all the Nazis they brought here. You look at the ones that went down to Ecuador, and, little Germantown, and all those places. You look at, and everywhere else they went to, Chile and Hispaniola, and they did their job. They you know how many people died? They were happy with the numbers across the board. Hitler didn't die in Germany, y'all. And yet, the ones who paint the picture are the ones that's like the ones you relinquish yourself to. That's like when I was growing up, when I was, you know, in the military, there was a bunch of us, and people who lived not that far knew Mike Jackson was dead, y'all. I'm so tired of all this fake new information coming out. Like we wasn't having that discussion. I gotta turn this off, y'all. Okay, not yet. We got a few more minutes, probably. All right, since you gotta go in there. Yeah, we got about 20, 25 minutes. All right. Okay. Oven's about hot too. I gotta get my fish in there so I can get my broil on. We got a big slab of real polka salmon about that long, and I ate it for 3 days. But black rice. But anyway, we were having this conversation, and a lot of us were looking at certain things, and then we started hearing things like 5 or 6 years later going, man, we all was like, that nigga dead, man. Ain't no way in the world. It's funny that you can't get no blood work. He can't get no, what's his blood type. They had to make him this myth. You know what I'm saying? And yet you can find 100 different Michael Jacksons that look just like him today, whether in India, in China. I'm serious. I just a little makeup on flicky flocky, man. I was like, man, that look just like homie. I've met him in person a few times. So especially because he liked the boxing. He liked the boxing. Don't get it twisted. The real Michael Jackson. This other guy here though, I don't know who he is. I mean, you gotta remember his mama. He was a mama's boy. How he gonna be out here and not visit and hang with his mama? And then his siblings are even very, you already know. You know what I'm saying? Suspect. But regardless of that, that's not what I'm here to talk about. What I'm saying is people still want to be in deception deeply. Somebody had, I don't know which one it was, which one of you or something. Somebody had put something up about the more page, right? And so I commented on the guy's page. I says, we're not black. But we have a lot of individuals that keep using that term. They don't know what energy, they'll be ones to put up a little thing because they learned a little history, the ether, and now people start to say you're powerful. Listen to me. You're not powerful until you step into your power. If that's the term you want to use. When you start stepping into your natural truth, you're going to realize your body's going to fight against a lot of things that are perversions, because now you're accepting the reality, not the reality of lie that you're existing, but the reality that you're more than what you've been made out to be. Some of you still saying the word human, like stop being fucking dumb. Some of you are still saying, hey, I'm a boy, I'm a kid. And you're sitting there because you're emotionally, you're broken. Instead of working to mend yourself, you're saying, kid, get your over here. Get your butt behind. You know what that does? No, of course you don't. Because the whole world is ignorant, so you must stay a staple in that community of ignorance. You know what I'm saying? Every time I turn around, I see all this information, and I'm like, why is it that people just put the stuff up and run with it? I know it's hard for many to change up. When I say change up, they're expressing that they're walking in their truth. Yet, when they explain stuff, it seems like they have a harder time because they want to be nice. I'm not here to be some fake ass friend. All right, I'm not here to be some old broke ass brother to a bunch of so-called brothers or sisters. No, man. I'm not here to fucking hold your hand until you get it the fuck together. Not at all. I'll stand with you, beside you. Okay? Shoulder you can lean on every once in a while, but you got to pull yourself up by your fucking bootstraps. Bottom line, excuse my French. I'm not going on a tangent. All right? But we have a whole lot of folk, man, that just can't seem to shape a number of lies because they're not allowing themselves to be aware of the lies. I don't care about having a conversation or communication with those who do not know the importance of truth in conversation or communication. I'm just not going to sit there and parley. I don't give a damn who you are. If your lie is your lie, then that's your lie. And when I say no effect, no affliction, it's not a game. It's not a challenge. If I challenge you, you better believe I'm going to say, oh, this is a challenge. You know what I mean? One of the greatest things James Baldwin and that doctor, what's his name, Henry Clark said, I don't debate anybody. I'll debate my equal. But if you're my equal, why would I have to debate you? There's no equal, really. But on the basis, not to be clandestine, all spooky woo woo, but on the basis of my equal as far as where we stand as a people, knowing that the balance is the most important thing, which balance only, like I said some videos ago, is about natural, just nature. Okay? Think about it. Why is it that in our history, none of our buildings had wood, plank floors or nothing? Why is it that we didn't write on pulp paper made from trees? We didn't run around chopping down and killing our goddamn trees. When I expressed to y'all that the gopher wood was here, going all the way up to Washington, Oregon State, California, it was at the island of Cali. That's what y'all still call it, California, but you know, I know it's Kakalaki. I know it's the Carolina. I know that's the real name of it. But anyway, everywhere. In the Library of Congress, they went on this purpose route of destroying and chopping down all the grand old gopher wood trees that were humongous. And for some reason, somebody cried out and they were able to stave off and save a 500, to which the women curators I used to go and help between Florida and Louisiana, was only 200 and some odd gopher wood trees left. The only place it grew was here. They've been very destructive. That's all they know, and they've indoctrinated many idiots. Just like right now, many dumbasses are indoctrinated. Every time I look at Space Force and I look at the young generation of, they just made them as dumb as they could. Oh, of course, there's technology and things they're going to show, and this is what they're supposed to do. But the indoctrination is heavy when you got people and you got a hierarchy and you have this chain of command, and the people who don't want to get in trouble. It's easy to indoctrinate and put people in position and have them sign on to something after you created all the hate in the world. See, look at that. Look, what's your pronoun? See the people out there that call themselves normal? They hate you. You mean to tell me that you'll stand for that? They have these infiltrators. That's how they've done everything. And they'll be sitting in front of you and all you think is, oh, this is sergeant, or this is first class so-and-so, or, you know what I'm saying, this is airman, you know, this, and they work like that because they know majority of people are weak, confounded, confused. The system has worked to create this outcome. I mean, look at the racists, or whatever that's all about, but look how dumb they are. And most of the leaders are Jews. Why don't you go and research them? You don't have to go to the dark web. That's a government platform itself. I think somebody came along and proved that. But y'all are so quick to grab at everything and not take the time to really pay attention and look. I'm all about the ascending. And there's a bunch of idiots right now be like, oh, we're going to help you ascend. They'll come to you, you know. I mean, you had another guy, right? How long ago was that? Another teen who supposedly wasn't supposed to have guns. And they went there with a no-knock warrant. All this shit is illegal. But because people are stupid, they don't know no better. And he was supposed to be a prohibited person or something. It wasn't even that serious. And they killed a man, shot from outside and killed him in his bed while he was asleep. His wife was pregnant. Then they made up a fucking lie. You can't make this stuff up, man. But because most people don't have a clue, this is what you're dealing with. A perversion. And those are people supposedly born in the same soil, went to school, this, that, and other, regardless of how it came to be. But y'all see this over and over. I'm not anti-police or anything. I am anti this fake fucking government and these worthless, stupid-ass racists, these gang members and all these dumbasses who don't know what they're doing to themselves. And trust me when I tell you, they're not going to like the end. See, right now, it's all, you know, look at, they got, look at me. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm not a fool to sit there and say, enjoy it. The reality is, wait until the end. Now, go ahead and off yourself and see what happens. If you don't believe it. Don't worry. It's waiting for you. It's all waiting for you. So keep it up. You're not going to live, none of these bastards, even the one that's lived to be quite old, are going to live forever. None. And there won't be no establishment to take over and keep it going. Everything they're doing right now, the goofies, using stuff that was meant for everyone, it's going to stop. It's going to stop like a vacuum in the night. It's going to stop. And they're gonna believe that everything is up tomorrow, 100%. Look at it, yeah, everything, Lieutenant. Da, 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 da. It's all going to fucking stop. Every bit of it. And I know some of you have daughters, or you have sons, you have nieces and nephews. Some of you have brothers and sisters. Some of you yourself. Right now, when you're disciplining your children, you believe that you have to whip them. You don't know how to communicate. Your frequency is off. You don't know how to heal and soothe. How many of y'all watched the video of the baby? Well, there's a few of them. And they have the little, or they have the little hanging over them, the real ones, you know what I'm saying? The chimes and stuff. And the babies go right to sleep. No fussing, no whining, no nothing. But the system would have you believe you got to take them into the pediatric nurse and doctor. Yeah. Oh, we got to give them a shot. Oh, we got to give them. You see what they just did about Fauci on 3 of the worst things in the Congo, AIDS. Yes, yes. And now, and this bull crap that they try to silence everybody so they can get enough death. Right? Every day, there's more and more information coming out showing not just Johnson, Pfizer, all of them. And now they got this other crap they want to push. So they're going to try and censor that so they get the numbers up. And nobody can see it. But there are people on the streets and they're like, hell no. And then the first thing they did, well, we got the draft. This is how they want to instill martial law. They know a lot of these people probably going to go whoop, whoop. You know what I mean? But the reality is, the enemy set the idiots on fire to use them to further their ambitions to create more deadlier weapons, to further proliferate the perversions of their desires, and bring things here that aren't supposed to be here by your energy that you facilitate in creating. And all of you want to stand steadfast in your decision, as if you didn't know what I meant when I said making a proper choice. I was sitting there saying there's a bunch of you that I know are good, and I was like, wow, even y'all didn't donate $1 or $2. I'm not talking about the people who went up there and went out. I'm not people who bought me books and slapped 40 and 50. No. I really want everybody to a couple of dollars. That's all it takes. And it's not like I have 1 million people, you know what I'm saying? And I really want to stop doing the Cashapp because I really would like to have my numbers rolling. That's why I'm not doing all the cursing and stuff like that, because there are a lot of people who really want to know some things, and I have a story to tell, and the enemy keeps playing as if I haven't told the people. There's people who knows the story that I've told 20 and 30 in the military years ago. You know, there are people, and they will tell you in a heartbeat. It's not for them to tell it. Some of them, it scares them. Okay. A couple of my buddies come over here, and y'all seen them in the chat. They know the story. And they just always ask me when we're chatting, what's wrong with your people, brother? What's wrong with the people? Or they say, what's wrong with your people? Because they know that you're Udian. They're searching their family, hoping that they have the bloodline. I'm serious. I'm talking about pale skins, y'all. A couple of Asians. But y'all still want to run and pay attention to all these goofies who ain't got nothing, and they're piggybacking off of stuff that I was doing to middle school and high school, getting kicked out of schools for. And there are people who know. And instead of y'all taking the time, and I know we're a different bunch. We're kind of loners into ourselves. So we don't have a lot of people we connect and communicate with. But for those of you that do, shame on you. And I'll see you in the after as well. For being so lazy and slothful. You think this is a game? My experiments that I've done, I told you sociology is my major. So yes, I've done some pretty crazy experiments that I wrote down. I had to test the bed and see. And it's disturbing. Obviously, I don't need nobody's money. I can whip out about $10,000 right now. I'm not sitting here to do that. But I actually was counting with the door open because it was too hot for him to run out. yesterday before I had to go out on the road. Phone calls, can you help me ready? You know, anyway. I'm working to help them get a car or something. My boy done built so many cars over here, diesel and stuff like that. But anyway, it was so hot he didn't want to go out there, and the shade was not enough shade for him to walk down the side. So I had to get a couple of bands, and I was making sure, just making sure. Well, I probably should change this into gold. I was just holding like about 5, I was holding, okay. You ever seen the little yellow strip that got 10 on it? I was holding 3 of those. Yes, 10, 0, 0, 0. So I was sitting there saying to myself, this is going to be, because we're not getting with the states and the people to make gold-backed greenbacks, to which we can. The Federal Reserve is bullshit. Okay? At any moment, they can stop printing money. They brought it down, the very government that you respect. Y'all want to talk law about and this, that, and the other, and argue and debate and all this other crap. Like these sorry Negroes who are indigenous, and we're recognized by the federal government. And so what? And so I was sitting there and I was talking to my boy because he walked by and he was like, he looked like this Eric Snowden. He's like, hey, I know, but I said, hey, boy, it was my door open, don't mean you're supposed to look in. Unless you see blood, look like thing is laid over. Your peripheral could pick that up. And obviously everything is pretty tidy. Besides books everywhere. He's like, I was like, you didn't ask. And don't come knocking on my door. I have to test, and I'm very good at it. I have to test the people. Because I'll be the first one to be like, nah, what you want? What you want over here? Get out of here. If you don't do it first, I'll let you linger on thinking you're fooling everybody, especially fooling me. And I'll be like, when that one moment when yes, I'm talking about a bastard move. You need to go. You need to pack up, or I could just leave it out at the gate. You need to get up out of here. I'm like that. You want to play a game? There's a game that's been going on for a very long time. And you want to be a tiddlywink, a token to play in that game? My advice is don't do it. When I said put your feelings and your emotions away, I wasn't playing. Dead ass serious. Get with the program. I ain't talking about theirs. I think you've been in that program long enough. This other program can assist you in freeing yourself if you don't know how to do it. I've shared quite a few things that would amount to you having a better understanding. And I know it's hard for people to let go of religion. You don't need religion to walk righteous or upright by the narrative. Religion is a perversion, because if it was so perfect, the way we lived, if it was so perfect, they wouldn't have to lie and create. Now that everybody sees that many things have been lied about in there, portraits, paintings, history, and it's complete. To further pull you out away from yourself and look outside of you, instead of internalizing and looking inside yourself. And then they wonder why they're running around murdering and killing, stoning and everything else, and nothing is legitimate. And they're the very perversions themselves. I mean, I remember sitting there in the 80s when we were sitting there saying, next thing going to have us buying water. And it was always the people saying, y'all crazy, man. Just go to your sink and get some water, man. I got fluoride and all that. Y'all ain't looking at the water, man. You have a boil. Look at all that white stuff. We was hip. And it's those ignorant ones, because they're youth. Man, I'm making coffee every day with my spigot water, and I'm doing this and that. Yeah, okay. I'm not giving the energy one way or the other. It is what it is. They're going to lie. That's all they've been doing. And people see that and will still deny. They'll deny themselves and make it like everything. Oh, I'm going to give it power to make it all right. The power is then stop partaking in the crap and then allow yourself to cleanse and free yourself of some of that shit, and then start processing things in a different manner in a way. You can't just sit there going, hold on. Abracadabra. It's just not going to work that way. You know what abracadabra means, right? And that's not the way it's as poignant as it may be. It's not how it's supposed to be utilized. It's supposed to be in a place of secrecy. With the people who can say it in a chanting way where it's almost harmonic, like, but it's in a way that is unsettling. And then everybody's thoughts have to be exactly the same for it to materialize. Sometimes fast, sometimes slow. Y'all really don't get it. And they probably learning something from me, which I don't care. Y'all can keep listening to these people who got to go to Sardinia and this, that, and they want to do all this blackety black and this, that, and do the right thing, and the liberal mind and the chemicals in the water and the air that's actually proliferating and creating this dynamic. That'll be another false dynasty of ideologies and everything. You can't make this stuff up. It's like when you watch The Liver King, that guy that pale skin guy walks around, king mentality, eating raw livers and cow testicles and testiculars, and this guy's jacked up on steroids, people. Everything's a lie. Does it mean that because everything's a lie? Not everything, but you know what I'm alluding to. Does that mean that you have to partake and participate in a lie much further? It's like the people who control the platform of YouTube. One of the same, they probably jump back and forth for all of them. Instagram, Facebook, whatever. TikTok, whatever other ones out there. What's that other one with the little head look like alien invaders? I forget the name of it, but there's a few others. They control all of them. Okay? But they're so emotionally unstable and broken. And they've capitulated. And they really believe in what they're doing. It's the funniest thing. And I'm not here to beat on those individuals, not at all. I like to see them free, myself. But everyone has a choice. Everyone, whatever you want to call it. Each sentient being, a sentient one, has a choice. The only issue is, or you always say the problem, I would say 98% don't know how to make the appropriate choices. That's my black rice. It smells good. I gotta put a piece of butter in it. How you climb your big butt up in there? You stretched out looking like Harry Belafonte or something. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Yes, sir. Is this fish in the oven? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Piece of butter. There you go. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I gotta cut this cucumber up. Oh, I'm about to eat the biggest one meal you can ever find, people. So anyway. We all know that history's a lie now. What was that? Hey, LaMarcus House, what's up, beloved? PBI, Jah Peace. You know, or is the shit? Yeah, no, it's my name. Don't worry about it. That's not your focus. Just listen to what I'm saying. You have choices too. Me is confusion itself exactly. It's my name. My great grandfather, the Anioia, Henry Lucifer Schaus. It's a real name. It's mine. You got an issue. You feel some kind of way. You're stuck in religion. Be careful when you ask things. When most people, hey, Dion, what's up, beloved? Baby girl Slaughter. You know I got your mama. You know I already got my boy Ganja, y'all. You get the Ganja water sprinkling, okay? Alicia and Cooper, old Mac. I just want to go up and make sure I got everybody, y'all. But it's good to have y'all in here. Everybody loves to see. You know what that does, brother? Sister, whatever you are. I don't know. Some of y'all call them pronouns or whatever. Your existence is moot. That question right there, and this is not to batter or beat you up. Trust me. Or don't. You're like, when you look at things that way, you're like a benign tumor of self. You're not cut from any cloth. You walk pragmatic in a quilt that no one should lay on or under. Okay? When you have no idea or clue. Apologize for that. Oh. Okay. Anyway, free yourself from that. Do you know what the word sin means? Do you know what Christ means? Do you have any idea? PP Aja. Do you? Or do you walk contemporary in a fake narrative or ideology because you feel it suits you? You made the choice, right? Be sure of your answer, your reply. No. Okay? Scare people away. That's original. And there I created a YouTube channel inviting everyone. Anywho, I'm not even giving it energy. It's not even perplexing. It's just funny. Because anyone that asks a question like that, you already know what their program's about. It's stupid. Oh, well, don't even give it energy. I'm enjoying it. You know, this is what I do. I'm not even saying what I could say. All he has to do is respond. That's all he has to do. I'm not going to beat the guy up. The girl, whatever, the furry, the tree stick, the turd, whatever he wants to call himself. I don't care. I need to put some more lime in there. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and finish cooking this meal. I got to get the fish on the broiler. It's pretty big. It ain't going to take that long. Then I got a big tomahawk steak, y'all, from the res. Yes, I was over there. So what you expect? They just put like 4 of the cows for the summer. So he's like, you're red. I'm like, yo. So they gave me like 3 tomahawks. So I'm gonna enjoy them. And then I shot up with a whole bunch of crap either. There's nothing in them. And those cows are fine. So you live in a world of lies. It's better to be plant-based if you are partaking in some kind of meat protein. Plant-based is the best, but you see what they've done with the plants. And you can see how it affects everybody. People are still running out getting McDonald's, McDuff's, Burger Kill. You can't make this up. No self-control. None whatsoever. And I'm like, do you know that you can go buy a lamb, a goat, for $200 on the res? Do you know how much meat that is for one person? Yeah, you clean it. There's a way to do it that is very tame, where the animal's essence, its source. Because yes, everything living has a source. Yours is different. Very different, but connected to everything. And I know what I'm talking about. Okay? There's no great I ams and no lower yous. There's no such thing. There's balance. You know what immaculate conception actually means? Immaculate means across the board. No one's in it. Conception, it's like texture. It's like something that actually is formed. It exists. And most are not in it. When I say most, I'm talking about 99.99.0000000. For real. Card, what's going on? Kim Folk, what's up, beloved? Yohade Sidanelli. It's my beautiful family, all of you. Even the one who wants to say something retarded. If you're scared, this is the last place you need to be. Anyway, she said she walks the dog. The dog's coming out of here. There's 4 of them. There ain't supposed to be dogs on this. I gotta find out what's going on. But anyway, let me go ahead and get this food right. And when I come back on, we're gonna read. Not going nowhere. I really want to go to Las Vegas, go to Planet 13, and pick up some decent indica weed that's not government effed with. But I have a homie who's been growing weed over here for over 40 years, and they have really good stuff, but they're on a trip. So I gotta wait for them to get back so I can go and get some big nuggets. Because like I said, with my back and my knee and whatever joint acts up, those things are soothing. And then I gotta go outside, put some shorts on, no shirt, in the ground, and let the sun, which I'm gonna do here after I eat. I'm gonna go out here with Chunky right here and just sit out there in the sun for about 2 or 3 hours. I was gonna go to Wild Weed. The beach is crowded. I don't like being around large crowds of ignorance. That's not a hateful thing. It's just the reality. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I appreciate you guys. Go ahead and share this. A lot of y'all know I'm not into the grind my gears thing is all right, but that was just to bring more people in. Speaking on bitter truth or facts, if you decide to accept it or research it, maybe you find something else. Okay, like I said, my thing is not to hand out a whole lot of crap. That's the reason why people are in the position they're in now. I'm going to give tea. You research the tea. Don't minimalize yourself, Don't become your own worst bartering system, okay? So any donations, I'll share it. I'll just be gratuitous. And I did order a book, but I'm not here for that right now. All right? So, y'all help. I order books, and that's the bottom line. You don't have to break your piggy bank. You can send $1, 50 cents if you want. I'm not that, it's really going to go, it gets stored up. So that way we have enough. There's a book that I'm looking at. I didn't order it. The one for 119. I'm going to order that. But then I might have to deposit some things that I hold on just in case. Even the gold my grandmother gave me. You know what I'm saying? I don't put it in no damn big ass bank and all that stuff. So anyway, I appreciate y'all taking the time. If you got land patents, that's your land. That's the land that belongs to you. And if you're Judean, and you have somebody running around talking about, you're the true Jews and the Israelites. I used to say that because it's easy to bring a lot of these so-called Hebrew movement people in. And then you hit them in the gut and say, this is who the true Hebrew is. And a Hebrew is not a person. It's a language, which is not even spoken. All right? So I test a lot of things. But when I read that, it was because I've been speaking on it, and to be able to have it and find it in a book, and to be able to purchase the book and go, maybe if I read it from one of them, y'all will listen. Because that's what it seems to take a lot of time. Me being an oral historian, that's great. I've been doing this for so long that people go, yo, you've been saying that and you're right. And it's not about me being right. It's about you have a choice. You don't have to believe a damn thing. You're already there. You don't believe in nothing as it is. And what you do believe in is a lie. Right? So what you got to lose? I mean, if one of these fake presidents say it, you run up to it like it's a cup of gold. When somebody like myself and others, someone like myself, sit there and say, well, I'm not asking you to believe in me. I'm asking you to research and walk beside me and see what you find. Okay? I don't know everything. I just know what I know. Ignorance is for fear, right? As fear is ignorance. So anyway, let me go ahead and get this food ready. Oh man, she was lying. She walked that dog every day. She don't come. She come up the building over there, and then the other dog over there. No man, something ain't right. I'm not getting a dog here. I'll get one when I get down there with Ganja, but a few of them. And yeah, you're gonna have to get used to some damn dogs, puppies. I want to be puppies, so I wish he'll be used to them and stuff. don't hurt them too bad. Anyway, you ready to go outside, Bubba? Let me go and get this food off, get the fish in the oven. We go outside, doors wide open, and yeah, I'll come back on and read. It's gonna be a good read. Oh, Baby Go Slaughter. Did you buy this book? Did you order this book already? 3 books of occult philosophy. You might like it. You might like it. The psychic self defense. That's something. I'll read that to you guys. Don't go playing with stuff you shouldn't. When a lot of people read and talk about stuff, they have no idea. Not yet. Okay. So just be mindful. You know what I'm saying? You are? Okay. So anyway, let me get off of here. All right, because I can dribble on. I was reading Operation Paperclip. Boy, I tell you, man, I don't know how our elders, and I don't know how they just screwed the pooch the way they did. And some of y'all would say, but yeah. It doesn't mean that people didn't screw the pooch. I screwed the pooch for a long time, even though I was still speaking up. There were certain things I was just told not to say, and that kind of stuck. And then military, I was told to be quiet, That's not your MO. Yeah, it's a crap. And then when I would say, I took a different oath from everybody. Oh, you did? Yeah, I did. And then the shit would get quiet. You know what I mean? So, but the good old boy network of the stupid pale skins, you can't stop their dumbitude, And the majority of them aren't even alive no more. So, oh well. Seriously. But anyway, I'll see y'all here roughly about, we'll shoot for 2, okay? So I guess today's a fake ass holiday, right? So 2 o'clock, and it's gonna be a good read. Get your family, get your children together, let some people know. Say, hey, look, man, it's time to come on over and sit down and listen to what I'm gonna read. And I always show you the book, except for Margaret Singer's. That way you can order the book yourself if you're a person or individual that enjoys reading. Oh, yes, I'm eternally bonded to you, all of you. Now, you must remember now, this is a little tea. I figured somebody would have figured it out by now. Me being eternally bonded to people doesn't mean necessarily that I like all the ones I'm eternally bonded to. It's just a fact. So always remember that. You can say, I'm eternally bonded to you, but I can't stand your ass. You can let them know. You know what I'm saying? Ladies, remember, you are the power. Men, you are the strength that keeps the two bound and keeps sensibility. I'm serious. And that's the reason why you don't have it. And that's the reason why they had an idea all this would come up. That's the reason why it's important for them to say, you're no longer a woman or a man. You're no longer, and yet people still talking about, well, I'm a furry, even though I'm human. Or you're a sea beast and you're a cat. Or make it make sense. But people think they are smart or intelligent, and they haven't even walked in the truth of their own existence and self. I'll see y'all here in a few hours.